Hello, I'm Kelton Alexander, Director of Field Relations for Cafe Milagroso, meaning Miracle Coffee, or like Mila growing so much. And I'm here to give you a swift, entertaining, and clear, concise infomercial sharing a little bit about our coffee and our products. First of all, let me introduce you to our sponsor for this segment, the evolution of coffee. Zoom, 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 zoom. And our goal is to help you to do just this, evolve into everything that you were created to become, okay? Now, let me ask you a question. How many people do you know drink coffee? Here's a better question. How often do they forget to drink it? Hardly ever. In fact, if they do forget, they'll blame their bad attitude on the fact they haven't had it. How about knowing for a fact that 8 out of 10 Americans it's an addiction? But can you tell me how many types of addictions are there? Would you believe me if I told you there are generally two types, legal ones and illegal ones, right? So here's a guy on every corner doing who knows what to addict you to whatever he can and sometimes whoever he can. But let's talk about legal addictions for a second. And for now, let's call it Starbucks. And aren't they on every single corner too? Well, yeah. And who's winning? Well, Starbucks is. How do we know that? Well, guess what people drink more of when they try to give up drinking, smoking, and doing drugs? Yeah, they drink more coffee. In fact, it's the one addiction we use to help us get rid of other addictions in life. How about that? Now, coffee is the number one comfort food, the second most traded commodity next to oil, the second most consumed beverage other than water. But do we call it healthy coffee? No. So instead of calling it healthy, we call it enriched. But what does enriched even mean? It's simply adding something new to real coffee. Now, some might ask you, does it still have caffeine in it? My answer to that is, I certainly hope so. Isn't that why people drink coffee? In fact, if you ever found out about decaffeinated coffee, well, you probably wouldn't drink it anyways. It's a harsh chemical process far more worse for you than the caffeinated coffee could have ever been. Now let me ask you this question. Have you ever had decaf before? Well, how'd that formaldehyde taste? Or the 5 other cancer-causing agents used to decaffeinate most major brands today? Would you like a second cup now? Here's another question. Has anybody ever tried enriched product before? You ever heard of vitamin water, Gatorade, orange juice with calcium, milk with vitamin D, or even Wonder Bread? Let's talk about vitamin water for a second. What did you call vitamin water before you added vitamins? Well, when I was a kid, we called it Kool-Aid. And what happens when you add vitamins to Kool-Aid? It becomes a billion-dollar industry. How many people think enriched products sell pretty well? So do we. The question is, what do we enrich it with that makes it so much better? Well, we enrich our coffee with a very powerful botanical called Ganoderma lucidum. We call it Gano for short. Now, if you're not sure what that is, and this is your first time hearing about it or tasting it, you might be quite surprised to find out, zoom, 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 that is a bright red fleshy mushroom. So, yes, we drink mushroom coffee, but don't worry, it's like not like those kind of mushrooms. You'll be fine. Now, some people don't know it, but there's a lot of Ganoderma mushrooms out there, and a lot of inferior companies have tried to duplicate what GanoExcel does. And by being in the field relations business for over a decade, I've come across them a lot. But you know the original is always better than the copy, just like there's a difference between Tostios and Cheerios, right? Anyway, we found the 6 most beneficial mushrooms for the human body and put that into one formula, and we took that formula and we made it into an extract that made it water soluble, and that extract dissolves instantly into the water and into the body. So you get the immediate effects of the Ganoderma, and that's one of the many things that makes us different and the founder of our great company so special. See, he's known as a mycologist. A mycologist? That's a scientist that just studies mushrooms. And he's so passionate about it that he went from 1980 to 1995 just studying Ganoderma, and he figured out a way to make it portable, affordable, and absorbable in the body. Now, during that 15 years of research and development before starting GanoExcel, he figured out one thing. In order to make it affordable, we have to grow our own. In fact, we have the largest Ganoderma farm in the world. We grow over 65 million mushrooms every 3 months and can support retail sales of over $3 billion a year. In 1997, we put Ganoderma in coffee. Why coffee? Well, everybody drinks it. Why else? See, if I said drink or take this vitamin, you would tell me or ask me why. What are they? What do they do? How are they going to help me? What are the side effects? See, vitamins are complicated. Well, what if I said here, drink some of this juice? You would ask me why. What is it? What does it do? How's it going to help me? What are the side effects? Why does it taste like crap? Why is it so expensive? Well, juice is a little bit more complicated. However, if I asked you 8 out of 10 Americans if you wanted to take a coffee break, if you like a cup of coffee, you'd say, well, sure, I'd love one. You see the difference in our marketing? People already want to drink coffee. You don't sell coffee. It's already been sold. Well, how does that work? Well, we're not making 3 billion a year yet, but 700 million is not bad. 5 million satisfied customers. But guess what? They're not here. They're outside of North and South America. Well, guess where 80% of the world's coffee drinkers live? Yeah, they live in North and South America. So let me ask you this question. If we're doing 700 million a year and have over 5 million satisfied customers in countries that don't even like coffee that much, well, what do we do in America? You think we're going to do maybe just a little bit more? Quite possibly. That's why in 2006, we opened up a brand new factory that's over 1 million square feet in size, and from roasting our own coffee beans and printing and packaging, from step one to step done, we do everything ourselves. We're GMP and ISO certified, pharmaceutical grade, pharmaceutical clean throughout the entire process, and we have a state-of-the-art laboratory making and testing and tasting your coffee. Well, what makes Gano Cafe so special? Well, first of all, Gano Cafe brand has over 154 antioxidants. What do antioxidants do? Kill free radicals. And what are free radicals? Mutated cells of the body. Well, what do mutated cells do to your body? Number one, they make you age quickly, and number two, they can cause life-threatening diseases. So obviously, having a lot of antioxidants in your diet is very, very important. The second thing about Gano Cafe brand is it has over 200 phytonutrients. Phytonutrients? Phytonutrients are plant nutrients that are absorbed quickly and easily in the body. When your body's nutrient rich, you naturally crave less food. What happens if you eat less? You can lose weight. So we have a coffee that cleans your body and helps you lose weight. You think that would be pretty easy to market and sell in obese America? Yeah, so do we. Well, let's talk about the product for a minute. Now, when I got first started with my partner Ray up there, who's not here right now, I asked him why the heck we put it in toothpaste. He said, Kelton, let me ask you this question. How many people, zoom, 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 brush their teeth every day? Exactly. It's something that you do every day. So the guano gets absorbed directly into the mucous membranes and into the mouth, and it's also an antibacteria, which causes all the problems in your mouth. Bacteria doesn't make much more sense in your mouth now, does it? Anybody ever tried oatmeal? Well, if you ever been to McDonald's lately, they're selling you oatmeal. Well, we also offer oatmeal, zoom, zoom, zoom. But it's delicious, and we put what's called spirulina in the oatmeal, which is a blue-green algae, which is known to be one of the more perfect proteins for the human body to consume. So if we know that proteins are the building blocks of human life, then who would want more blue algae in their oatmeal? Sounds delicious, doesn't it? Well, what if it tasted exactly like Frosted Flakes when you eat it? Then more importantly, would you get your kids to eat it? Black coffee. We make black coffee for two types of people. Zoom, 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 zoom. And most importantly is the person that likes black coffee. Number two is for the person that likes to complain too much. You know that person. They flip the box over and they go, well, you put sugar in there. I thought you said it was healthy coffee. No, I said it was enriched. Is it still good for you? Absolutely. We make black coffee for the person that wants to make it their own way. 3-in-1 coffee with cream and sugar. Oh my God, this is the one that I really loved when I first tasted this coffee. We like to call this one the cut and go. You simply cut the packet, pour the packet, and you're gone, right? Mocha, delicious, with cream and sugar, and a gourmet Swiss chocolate. Zoom, zoom, zoom. It'll compete with any coffee house mocha out there. Hot chocolate, or chocolade we call it. Zoom, 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 zoom. I love the zoom, zoom camera. Okay? Now, this is good for children. No caffeine. Okay? And it also contains exellum, which is a brain food. Our tea is very special. Zoom, 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 zoom. It's also known as a South Africa miracle tea. It has twice the antioxidants of green tea, no acid, and we put Gano in it. I'm not sure if you know someone that has trouble relaxing, unwinding, or sleeping at night. So if you have that, have them try our tea. This one is very special. It's been featured on Dr. Oz show. Zoom, 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 zoom. It's known as Tonkat Ali. Our energy coffee. If you ever heard of Red Bull, you know if you drink it, it brings you up and it brings you down. It gives you wings. They just don't tell you while you're flying. They chop them off and you go screaming back down to earth. Ours doesn't do that. Ours has 3 very powerful herbs to help. Number 1, Ganoderma. Number 2, ginseng. What does that do? It boosts your energy level up, way up. Number 3, Tonkat Ali. Well, what does that one do? Boost your libido and stamina. Now you got energy, libido, and stamina. Good. Your spouse might not drink Tancat Ali at night, but the tea instead, so he or she will be going to sleep at night. So you might hate that tea. Just kidding. We also have supplements. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Gano for the body. Zoom, zoom. Excellum for the brain. Zoom, zoom. And Secano. This is a libido enhancer without the ginseng, but with the Tonkat Ali. Just tell your spouse to take 2 Gano and 1 Secano every day. And if they ask you why, tell them don't worry about it. It's good for me. I mean you. Just don't give them the one for the brain. Just kidding. Finally, there's soap. Zoom, zoom. It contains Gano, cedar bark, and goat's milk. If you know someone with dry skin, acne, eczema, have them try it. You shave? A lot of people shave something, and hopefully everybody that needs to shaves. We don't live in Europe after all. By the way, this soap leaves a smoother face, ladies. And if you don't believe me, feel my legs. I'm just kidding. Finally, I got to tell you, we're not FDA approved to make any claims of treating, curing, diagnosing, or mitigating any kind of disease. So if you have any question on what our product can do or cannot do, it's a great question for your doctor. You can Google the information, do whatever research you need to do about our fine products, but all I know is when you look at Ganoderma, you will find out what a great product it really is. What I tell you, I'll be swift, entertaining, clear, and concise while sharing a little bit about our company and my products. So from the gazelle himself, Kelton Alexander, Director of Field Operations and Leadership Development here at Cafe Milagroso, or Me Love Growing So Much, in Upland, have a great day. Let me know when you want your coffee break to pay, like mine does. One more zoom. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Zoom, zoom. My coffee pays me. Does yours? Let me show you how, okay? And evolve. And I see you at the top because it's too crowded at the bottom. Peace.